You've probably seen it. It's one of the most watched travel videos on the entire planet. It's a journey that goes from the absolute rock bottom of flying to a level of luxury that, well, most of us can't even begin to imagine. So today, we're going to break down MrBeast's epic video comparing the cheapest and most expensive plane tickets in the world. What exactly does your money get you as you climb that ladder? Right off the bat, the whole idea is built on this insane contrast, right? A single dollar for a plane ticket versus $500,000 for another. It's an extreme that's designed to grab you and make you ask one very, very simple question. I mean, seriously, what is the real difference? Is it just more legroom, better peanuts, or does the entire experience of travel fundamentally change when you start adding zeros to the price tag? We're about to find out. And we're starting at the very, very bottom. Okay, so our journey begins with something that you can barely even call a plane. It's this tiny, rickety $1 flight that honestly looks more like a lawnmower with wings than a real aircraft. The whole vibe is pretty much summed up by the first thing you hear when it powers on. And that quote really says it all, doesn't it? There are no amenities here. No comfort, no frills. Forget about a drink service. You're just happy to be in the air. The only goal on a $1 flight is, well, survival. From this point on, literally any upgrade is going to feel like a huge leap. So now it's time to climb the ladder into the world of flights that most of us are at least familiar with, commercial airlines. But we're skipping coach entirely and jumping straight into the deep end, into the world of commercial luxury, where every dollar you spend adds another layer of comfort and class. For about $1,000, the game completely changes. You get your own private little pod with a TV, a real meal, and even some toiletries and pajamas. But the big selling point, of course, is that the seat actually reclines all the way into a bed, which led to the pretty hilarious observation, I feel like I'm in a coffin, which I like. It's comfortable for sure, but you're still just in a seat on a regular plane. Okay, so what happens when you multiply that price by 10? What does 10 grand get you? The expectations just skyrocket. For this kind of money, you're not just buying a better seat anymore. You're buying an experience that almost feels like it shouldn't be possible on a plane. At the $10,000 level, things get wild. You've got unlimited legroom, your own personal drink bar right in your seat, gourmet food. There's even a private lounge in the back of the plane. But the real showstopper, the thing that blows everyone's mind, is an actual working shower. Taking a hot shower at 30,000 feet, that is the ultimate flex in commercial aviation. From there, we hit what is basically the peak of commercial air travel, a ticket called the Residence. For $25,000, you get a private, multi-room apartment in the sky. I'm talking a living room, a separate bedroom with a queen-size bed, and your own personal flight attendant. It's basically a hotel suite that flies. But this is also where we start to see the law of diminishing returns kick in. Yeah, so even with the giant price jump and the private bedroom, the bathroom was actually a bit smaller. And get this, it had no shower. This is a perfect example of diminishing returns, you know? The idea that as you pour more and more money in, the extra benefit you get from each dollar starts to shrink. So you have to ask, is the $25,000 experience really 2.5 times better than the $10,000 one? The answer here seems to be maybe not. And at this point, the whole journey takes a massive turn. We are leaving the world of commercial tickets behind, and we are entering the realm of private aviation. And let me tell you, out here, the rules are completely different. The money isn't just buying you a better seat anymore. It's buying you complete and total control. See, the real luxury of flying private isn't just the fancy interior. It's the freedom. You skip TSA entirely. There are no layovers. You save an incredible amount of time. You take off when you want, you land where you want, and once you're up in the air, that plane is basically your kingdom. You can do whatever you want. The first private jet we see, costing a cool 100 grand, is described perfectly as a yacht in the sky. It's got multiple lounges, a huge TV, a private bedroom, and even a bathroom with its own couch. It's not a plane, it's a flying hotel, and you're the one in charge. So just when you think you know where this is going, just a straight line up in price and luxury, things get weird. In this bizarre and frankly hilarious detour, the next vehicle isn't a plane at all. It's a $300,000 blimp, and it's got a massive custom ad wrapped all the way around it. And the ad just says, I love Carl's mom, and they flew it over 150,000 people at the Daytona 500. It is pure spectacle.
And it really highlights a key part of the whole MrBeast formula. It's not just about having the money. It's about creating these unforgettable, totally shareable moments. This isn't just travel anymore. It's entertainment. And it sets the stage perfectly for the grand finale.
All right, after exploring every possible tier of flight, from the absurd to the amazing, we finally arrive at the top of the mountain, the most expensive private plane ticket on planet Earth.
$500,000 for one flight. Just let that number sink in for a second. This is a price point that exists in a completely different universe. So what in the world does that kind of money actually get you?
It gets you a flying mansion. No exaggeration. This jet is literally bigger by square footage than an average house. It has multiple private bedrooms, sinks plated in gold, its own movie theater, and they even offer in-flight massages. This is the absolute peak of luxury in the sky. But believe it or not, the plane itself isn't even the final point. The whole purpose of this $500,000 flight wasn't to just experience it alone. It was to fill the plane with random subscribers and fly them all to Disney World for a trip where everything was paid for. The real spectacle wasn't the wealth, it was the act of sharing it. So, to quickly recap this wild ride, we started with a $1 lawnmower where the only goal was staying alive. Then we jumped to a $10,000 ticket defined by that crazy shower in the sky. Then to a $100,000 private jet that offered total freedom. And we ended up in a $500,000 flying mansion where the real luxury was sharing the whole thing. This whole journey brilliantly shows what money can buy, from basic safety all the way up to unimaginable opulence. But it also seems to suggest that the ultimate value isn't really found in gold-plated sinks, but in what you actually choose to do with an experience like that. So it leaves you wondering, where do you draw the line between comfort and just pure spectacle?